Okay, this is the last video for today on the 2019 paper, Inflation Deflation. Which is worse, inflation or deflation? Remember that question? Right, just remember in 2023 we got an inflation rate of 10.1%. It hasn't been as high as this since the 1970s. This is really bad for the economy. And in 2015 we had deflation, and then we were worried about deflation because that's a lack of demand, and therefore our debts will go up in real terms, and that's also really, really serious. But please also remember, of course, we could get good deflation, which is a rise in productivity, and that's why prices will fall. Which is worse, inflation, deflation? Para one, inflation is bad because, however, borrowers will gain. If you borrow loads of money and there's inflation, then that money loses its value in real terms. There's also the problem of national debt as well. Well, the good thing about national debt is in real terms, the value of national debt will fall. However, inflation is really bad, obviously, the main reason. Paragraph 2, deflation is bad because, and then we go through all of that, particularly if it's malign or bad deflation, lack of demand in the economy. However, once again, if you have lots of savings, and savers will gain. Okay, we're coming towards the end now. Yes! Inflation. Well, first of all, there's going to be a fall in real incomes. You can talk about the current context. Inflation is at 10%. People are getting pay rise of 3 or 4%. Therefore, in real terms, there'll be less demand in the economy. Savers will lose. If you've got money saved, then you're going to, if you have £100,000, by the end of that year, you would have lost 10% of that value because you would buy 10% less goods. Higher interest rates. So that's what the Bank of England has done. It's raised interest rates to 3.5%. This is really serious in the UK economy because we have lots of personal debt. Personal debt is 400% of GDP. So this could create another financial crash because loads of people could then go bankrupt. People lose their houses, therefore banks lose money. People lose money. Lack of demand creates chaos within the economy. We've also got the problem of macro instability. People start to think your economy is not doing very well, so therefore there's going to be less investment. And people will start to lose, and the UK economy will start to lose international competitiveness. Deflation. People will stop spending money, so therefore AD goes down. People lose power, or the Bank of England will lose power over interest rates. The problem here, if we have negative inflation of 2%, remember, even if the interest rate is 0%, that will not mean that people will save money because in real terms, they will still be making money even though they get a 0% interest rate because money becomes worth more with deflation. Remember, deflation is negative inflation. Once again, we get macro instability, less investment in the economy. People don't want to take wage cuts, so firms will end up by employing less people. In a way, what we will then get is real wage unemployment. And finally, the UK has loads of national debt. And loads of debt anyway, because it's 400% of GDP. So the value of your debt would then go up in real terms. Which is easier to get rid of? Well, I'll probably say that deflation is less serious because we can print money to hopefully get ourselves out of the issue. Cost push inflation, though, is really hard to deal with because it's very dangerous because there's not much that we can do about it. If the oil and gas price goes up because of the Ukrainian war, then we're all going to suffer from that, and that creates real problems for us. Of course, if we had the Green Revolution, then that would have been a problem in the first place. But don't worry about that. So I'd probably say that deflation is easier to get rid of because we can print money. Because basically, if it's bad deflation, it's caused by lack of demand in the economy. And if we print money, we just want to create more demand into the economy, and then hopefully everything will be okay. Okay, so that's it for today. Yes.